Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo Zero here. Cha cha cha. And hopefully I can get through this this review with no issues because it is extremely windy outside. Just in case you see any flickering lights. Hopefully I can film and edit this with no issues. I'm filming this, by the way, on Monday when we have the wind. But anyways, I'm back with another entry into the 80s week deal that I challenge, I guess you could say, I issued to Jennifer Tucci. Anyways, my next pick might be so far the weakest of the now 4 movies I've watched. My Science Project, starring John Stockwell, Fisher Stevens, Dennis Hopper, as well as, Danielle Van Zunick, Barry Corbin. Now, this movie tells that in the 1950s, a UFO was caught by the U.S. government, sent to Area 51 or wherever, where Eisenhower is shown this thing and he gives the order to destroy it. Almost 30 years later, Mikey, whatever you want to call him, played by John Stockwell, is a teenager who likes his cars. He really likes his cars, so much so that he ends up getting dumped by his girl because she wants something more romantic and not just, hey, let's go look for car parts and break in the junkyards and go to car shows. Him and his best friend, Vinny, played by Fisher Stevens, Mikey's, the science teacher, Bob, played by Dennis Hopper, is a former hippie. He doesn't like being called by his last name. I think it's Roberts or something. Ice Cream Man again. Who the hell drives around trying to sell ice cream on a windy-ass day? No one goes outside when it's extremely windy. But anyways, back to the review. Bob, the former hippie, tells Michael that he's going to flunk science class unless he does a project. Well, of course, Michael's not really into science because he is all about his car. He's got a nice looking GTO. I don't know what year. It's pretty cool looking. Anyways, the two school nerds, Sherman and Ellie, they try to interview him, but Ellie's got her eyes set on him. She doesn't want to be seen as a Spencer anymore. The seniors in high school, basically, she wants to, maybe bow chicka wow wow. Michael, and something I think Sherman's not too happy about because, he's like, she's mine. Anyways, she convinces him to take her on a date, and of course, his idea of a date isn't that great. He takes her to this old airplane junkyard, looking for something that he can pass off as a science project. Falls into a hole, and he's looking around, and lo and behold, he finds a component from that spaceship from almost 30 years earlier. And, some strange things start happening. It drains the powers from his flashlight and her flashlight. Then it does the same to his car. Whatever this device is, it's draining power. They go on, they're looking, him and Vinny are trying to figure this out, and it drains it from Vinny's boombox. This is the 80s, this is 85. Boomboxes were the rage. And they eventually realize this thing can suck up power. And furthermore, while experimenting with car batteries, it can make things disappear and make things appear. And he's got a wrench or something trying to pull the battery out, disconnect the battery. Doesn't work, makes the wrench disappear, and then it makes an old Greek type pot appear. So afterwards they discover that the whole time they were messing with the thing, 3 hours have passed, although to them maybe 5 minutes have passed, but they've now flunked science class because of this. But they convinced their teacher to look at what they found. And while they're looking at it, with Ellie, Sherman's got these 3 guys to go and basically vandalize Michael's car. And well, inside though, they hook this thing up to some car batteries, and Bob disappears. And this thing is sucking up energy from everywhere, including from the school. And they get this idea after chasing the people who vandalize. They basically spray and put all this powder and all this stuff all over the GTO. They decide they need to do something because it's gonna keep growing and growing. It's a time portal, so it opens up times and dimensions and all that stuff, and they need to stop it. So they get the idea to destroy one of the power towers so that it can't get to the power station. They succeed, only to get arrested because of they're trying to figure out what happened with Bob. However, Sherman, when Michael calls Ellie to tell her to go to the school and get the device, the gizmo they call it, and bring it to the police station so they can try to explain things to them, she finds that Sherman, the jealous Sherman, is there, and he's trying to tell her, oh, be with me, not with them. I can cover for you, so you don't have to take the fall from them. The trouble. Dumbass Sherman hooks the thing up to power. Ellie just disappears. Power is flickering all over town, which leads to Vinny and Michael being able to escape, making their way to the school where they find they find Sherman, who is like all worked up and all psychoed out, like, oh my god. And they make their way into the school. They make Sherman go with them. They find all these people from different periods of time. They find Cleopatra, who throws a flower, and Vinny likes it. He's like, They find some Viet Cong from Vietnam, I think what it is. They find mutants from the future. They find dinosaurs. And Sherman also knows how to work a machine gun, which, cool. Eventually they save her, and they're able to turn it off. And afterwards, the police and the fire and the rescuers outside. And Bob returns. Now he's got long hair and a mustache, and he's apparently dressed in a similar attire to what he wore, what Dennis Hopper wore all the way back in Easy Rider. I don't know if it's the exact same outfit or replica, but he's all coming out, peace out, yeah, man, Woodstock, and he starts being, protest, like he wants to get arrested. He's happy when he's getting arrested. He's throwing insults at the cops. And he tells Michael, get rid of that thing. Just get rid of it. Mankind's not ready for it. Michael takes it back to where he got it, and then on the way back, his car dies because it's out of gas, and he's not upset. And meaning because, he's went through hell, and now he's got a girlfriend in Ellie. It's an okay watch. I think I enjoyed this more when I first saw this. And here it is, 38 years later. 38 years later. Don't enjoy it as much as I used to. Don't know if this will go in my collection or the bin. I haven't decided yet. Though I did see that this came out in 85. The same year has Real Genius, Weird Science, and Back to the Future. Of the four, this is the weakest. Although, by the way, it's hard to say which I enjoyed more, Back to the Future or Real Genius. It might be Real Genius. But this came out the same year as those three movies. And again, of the four, this is the weakest. If you're a fan of Dennis Hopper, check this out. If you want to see Fisher Stevens, a young guy, although I heard that in some places this image of him holding with the dynamite, the cigar, and the gun belt, I heard it was censored in some places. There is a line about Christine where they talk about he's talking when Vincent and Michael are talking. Vincent says, "I heard a movie about some car that was killing some guy." That's an Easter egg because John Stockwell was in Christine, so it's kind of a throwback to that. It's again, it's an okay movie, and again, I don't know if it's going to go in the bin or not. Maybe I'll leave that up to you guys in the comments. But whether or not you think this should go in the bin or not. The trailer for it, I'll find the trailer for it, and there's a few channels, apparently, I don't know, maybe this is in public domain or something, because I found a few YouTube channels who do have this uploaded, so I'll put the link for the trailer and for one of those channels so you can check this movie out for yourself. Anyways, this is the fourth movie. 4 movies down, 3 to go. Which will it be? And will one of them be a double header? Anyways, I am Echo Zero, and I will see you on the flip side. Toodaloo.